Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Bundesliga bets and predictions. Another winning week, boys and girls. And look, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys when I fucking lose, and you can tell when I lose because I'll be fucking pissed off. But because if there's something I hate doing is losing money. But after a winning week, I did guess like 2 losses that I bet on. But other than that, I got 3, 4. I got 4 right, so 2 out of 2 to 4. Yeah. So what was it? Wait, that's 6, Kenny. If you add 2 and 4, that's 6. So that means you got 4 out of 6. All right. So which is more than half. So it's good. It's good. It's good. So let me do a quick review of what how I did, how we did, or how I did. Because I don't know if you guys followed me or not, or listened to my dumbass or not. But there's some that I'm very surprised that I actually got correct because of studying the stats and stuff like that. So one quick sec, guys. My girlfriend's calling. When the girlfriend calls, you have to answer, all right? Or else you'll get your ass fucking kicked. There's a free little advice for all the men listening. Hey, babe, I'm recording a video right now, and I had to answer because I'm telling all my viewers that if you don't answer your girlfriend, that you get your ass kicked. So I'll call you back later. I'll talk to you later, but I'm recording right now. So don't say anything dumb. All right, bye. She flipped me off, guys. All right, a quick little review of past bets. I wrote them down. Major loss versus Freiburg and versus Mnchengladbach. I mean, it wasn't that bad because I did say it was going to be a tight game. I said that it was going to, if Mönchengladbach did win, it was going to be 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 or something like that. So it was a very tight game. Mönchengladbach showed no interesting scoring, and Freiburg put their chance away. So it was a tight 1-0 win for Freiburg. So that was a loss. Next game was Leverkusen versus Bayern. That was a win. Great win. Again, Bayern is unstoppable, as you guys can see in the German Cup. They just beat fucking Frankfurt. Sorry, guys. I'm trying not to cuss on this type of video because it's not my podcast. I'm trying to be a little more professional. But sometimes it just comes out. Bayern versus Leverkusen, major win. Bayern is just unstoppable right now. They did win 2-4. And I did say both teams to score. That was a good bet to do, or Bayern to win over 2.5 goals. So both were wins. Either one would be a win. Next game, I'm not doing it in exact order, guys. I'm just reading it off how I wrote it on here. Next game, that was a brutal loss, which was Leipzig versus Paderborn. Fuck, man, I do not know how Leipzig drew this game. I said that they were gonna roll over Paderborn without a problem. I suggested like a spread of -2 goals, negative -2 2 spread for Leipzig, and yeah, I mean it was a 1-1 draw. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name, but there was a card for Leipzig. I remember I said I can't trust Leipzig's back line. I just can't. I just feel like they're unexperienced. Like I don't know. It's just they have young French center backs, and I don't know. I just cannot trust them. So it was a 1-1 draw. I did at some point suggest a 4-0 win. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. The next game is Dortmund versus Berlin. I got lucky on this one because I did say the best bet would be, which we won, but I got lucky. So I did say Hertha to win Hertha with the plus 1.5 spread, and Dortmund won 1-0. So we got very lucky. Sancho should have he missed a chance that even I could put away blindfolded with one foot tied behind my back. Can I tie my foot behind my back? This game could have easily been 2-3-0. But we got lucky, and I did say Hertha to win. To lose with no more than 1 goal. So that was a win right there. And then we got Union versus Schalke. Again, this was a major confidence confident bet, which was under 2.5 goals. You could have put draw and made some major money too, because this was also, I just didn't want to take the risk on draws. It's very hard for me to bet on a draw because that's a very hard bet to win. But I did put under 2.5, and it was a draw 1-1. So that's another win. Cologne versus Augsburg. Again, major win too. This is the one game that I said that if I didn't study the stats, I would have said Cologne to win. Because I was leaning towards Cologne, but then after doing the stats, I saw that a draw can happen. And because Augsburg just had, and their head-to-head history is just Augsburg has them beat. So that was a win on there. Even though watching the game, I thought Cologne was going to win because when they got that, it was like in the 85th minute, something like that. They scored that first goal. And then I was like, oh, Cologne's going to win. Cologne's going to fucking win. And then they do what they've done all season since coming back from the break, is that they let down on their defense, and Augsburg scored on them with like a couple minutes to go. So it was a tie, and I almost bet Cologne to win. So perfect. The other games that I stayed away from, but I actually didn't do too bad. So if you bet on those, I didn't do too bad. So I did say Frankfurt and Mainz was going to be a draw. I thought that was the way to go. But Mainz ended up winning 2-0. And then Dusseldorf versus Hoffenheim. I did say Hoffenheim to win, draw no bet, because I could see a draw, and they drew. So that wasn't a loss nor a win. And then Wolfsburg versus Bremen. I did say most likely Wolfsburg was going to win. But I did have my doubts, and as you can see, it was a very close game. So I don't know. I'm losing hopes on Bremen coming out of the relegation zone, because these are games that they were supposed to get points from to get out of that zone. But because I think they're way better than the table suggests. I think Union should be in relegation. I think if Schalke didn't put in great performances during the first half of the season, they should have been in relegation with their current form, which is fucking horrible. But let's go on to the next game, guys, for Matchday 31. These are my bets and predictions for this. I do have for this match day. I do have some that I'm gonna stay away from, because not betting is sometimes better than just risking it and losing money. Because when you don't bet, you don't lose anything. So it's kind of a win. So first game, again, going off Bovada. Bovada needs to fucking sponsor me, because I keep putting their name out there. So the first match is Hoffenheim versus Leipzig. Hoffenheim to wins at plus 525. Leipzig's at negative 245. Draws at plus 425. Over and unders at 3.5 goals at both at negative 115. I see nothing but a Leipzig win here. I continue to have my doubts with Leipzig, because you never know with them. Their back line is just iffy, and one of their main center backs is not going to be in this game. But I could see Leipzig to win. But if you don't want to bet on that, you could put both teams to score and over 2.5 at one sec, guys. Both teams to score and over 2.5 at negative 135, which is a good bet if you don't want to bet on a specific team. But you can also do Leipzig to win and over 2.5 goals at negative 125. Or if you don't want to risk it that much and do over 1.5 goals and Leipzig to win at negative 180. So that's my bet for that one. Next game is Cologne versus Berlin, Union Berlin. I think this is finally Cologne's going to get this win, because Union is just horrible, man. They just don't. I think if they keep it up, man, they're going to. Dusseldorf is going to pass them on the table. And they're going to be in relegation playoff zone. So I think Cologne's going to get this win. They're at plus 105. Union's at plus 275. Draws at plus 240. Over and unders at 2.5 and 3 goals. Overs at even and unders at negative 120. But I see Cologne to win for plus 105 is a good bet. Hertha Berlin versus actually no, I'm skipping the game. No, let's go. Yeah, Hertha Berlin versus Frankfurt. Frankfurt has stepped it up these last couple of games. They beat Bremen, and they drew with. Oh no, did they lose? No, they lost against Mainz. But they've picked it up. They picked it up a little bit. So I still think Hertha Berlin is going to take this win. But because Frankfurt has picked it up and I know they can score goals, I can see a draw as well. So if I were to bet on Hertha Berlin, it's going to be a draw, no bet for Hertha Berlin. Hertha's at even. Frankfurt's at plus 240. Draws at plus 270. Over and unders at 3 goals. Overs at plus 105. Unders at negative 125. But if you were to do Hertha to win, at draw, no bet is at negative 200. So it's not the best. So if you want to add it to maybe a parlay, then that'll be good. But other than that, if you want to do another bet that I would recommend, would probably be maybe over 2.5 goals at total goals at negative 160, or both teams to score, which is at and over 2.5 goals at negative 115. So I recommend those two. But what I'm gonna do is probably do Hertha Berlin draw no bet at and mix it in a two-way parlay. Next game is Düsseldorf versus Dortmund. I didn't write this one down. Oh, well. But I see nothing but Dortmund win here. Düsseldorf, I mean, as much as I feel like they shouldn't be in the relegation zone, Dortmund are just on fire. Their second place spot is secure, and I see them to win. So they're at negative 280. Dusseldorf's at plus 650, and draws at plus 425. Over-unders at 3 goals at even for over, and unders at negative 120. If they could put their chances away, I could see them getting. You could put a negative 1 spread for Dortmund at negative 185, so not the best. So if you really, or you can even do negative 1.5 at even for Dortmund. So that's a good bet. I'll get on that one. So yeah, I mean I think that's the best bet. Or if you want to just do and you don't want to do a spread, you could do let's see, 1 sec, hold on guys. You could do Dortmund to win and over 1.5 goals at also negative 180, or you could do Dortmund to win and over 2.5 goals at negative 115. But I think the best one would be the best bet for the value of money you're going to get back is at negative 1.5 spread for Dortmund. All right, so next game is Paderborn versus Bremen. If you want to sleep during a game, this is the game to do so. It's going to be a low-scoring game. It can go either way. If Paderborn wins a game after the break at all, it should be against Bremen. But then again, Bremen, I don't know. This could be a draw. This can go either way. So I see the best bet would be under 2.5 goals. Bremen is at plus 115. Paderborn is at plus 210. Draw is at plus 270. Over-unders at 2.5 goals and 3 goals, both at negative 105. Again, the best bet I think would be just under 2.5 goals at plus 115. I think that's good. I don't think they're gonna get more than that. So that's a good bet. If you want to potentially draw, you could do under 3 goals at negative 150. So that's that game, and then the next game is, excuse me, is Wolfsburg versus Freiburg. Again, this one, I don't know, man. Obviously, the odds are leaning. Sorry for the background noise, guys. We have people working here. Wolfsburg versus Freiburg. Again, obviously, odds are pointing towards a Wolfsburg win at negative 145. Freiburg to at plus 365. For the upset, and draw at plus 280, over and unders at 2.5 and 3 goals. Over at negative 105, under at negative 115. I don't know on this one. I'm staying away from this one. I'm staying away from this one. So I don't know really much what to say. I can see a draw here for Freiburg and Wolfsburg, just because I don't know, they're both inconsistent. Freiburg beat Mönchengladbach last match day, and then Wolfsburg barely beat Bremen. So I don't know. I can see a draw here. I'm gonna stay away from this one. If you really want to bet, I'd say draw. Or if you want to just go with the odds of Wolfsburg at -145. But a draw wouldn't surprise me on that game. Next game is Bayern Munich versus Boadicea Mönchengladbach. This is another game to watch. It's gonna be a great game. But it's Bayern Munich is at -280. Mönchengladbach's at +2650. At +2650. Mönchengladbach's at +650. Draws at 425. Over/unders at 3.5. Overs at even, and unders at 120. It's very hard to debate against Bayern Munich. I mean, they're just unstoppable. I think they're gonna rotate during this game because they pretty much have the title in the bag already. They do need to get, I believe, just 2 more wins, I guess, to mathematically put it away and win the title. But I think they're going to win this game, even with some subs in, because their subs are just... who's out of this game? I think Lewandowski's out of this game. And who else? Lewandowski and Müller, I believe, are suspended for this game. But, I mean, their subs are just going to... It's not bad players to look to, you know, for rotation, like Coman, Coutinho, Tolisso. These are all players that can put their chances away just as well. So I see Bayern to win. If you want to get your money's worth, I would do Bayern Munich to win and over 2.5 goals at and at -130. I think that would be the best bet. So that's that game. Next game is next game is Mainz versus Augsburg. This is another game I'm gonna stay away from because it can go either way. So Mainz are at +125. Augsburg's at +205. Draws at +240. Over and unders at 2.5 and 3 goals. Over is at even. Unders at -120. And I can see a Mainz win here. So if I were to bet on this one, I'm going to stay away from it. But if I were to bet, I would put draw no bet on Mainz and add it in a parlay with another game. Yeah, I don't see that. They're both unpredictable. Augsburg can't score to save their life. They're not putting their chances away as well. Mainz is scoring, so that's why I'm leaning towards the Mainz win. But yeah, I'll do draw no bet at -155 and put it in a parlay. I think that's the best bet for that game, which I'm staying away from. And then Schalke versus Leverkusen is the last game. And I see nothing but Leverkusen win. I think Leverkusen is going to come in top 4. So I'm even going to do a parlay with Leverkusen to come in top 4 and a couple of other teams in other leagues to come in top positions. So Mönchengladbach is going to lose. I feel like they're going to lose against Bayern, and Leverkusen is going to win this game, which is going to put them in 4th. And then they're just going to ride it out for the rest of the season. Because I don't think Mönchengladbach should be in the Champions League position. I feel like they're Europa League material, but not champions. And I think Leverkusen are going to take that spot. So this is a easy win for them versus Schalke. They're at Leverkusen's at -190. Schalke's at +450. Draws at +335. Over/unders at 2.5 and 3 goals. Overs at -105. Unders at -115. So I could see, let's see, a bet of Leverkusen to win and over 1.5 goals. Where are we at? Sorry, guys. 1.5 goals is at -115, which I see a good payout for that. Or you can even do Leverkusen to win 2-0 to no goals getting scored on by them. which is so. I mean, I would even do Leverkusen to score in both halves at plus 130, or Leverkusen to win both halves at negative 155. So so yeah, I would do Leverkusen to score in both halves at plus 130 is a good bet. And that is it, guys, for match 31 bets and predictions. I wish everybody luck. I hope everybody wins. And let me do like a little recap of what I think the games are going to stay away from. I'm going to stay away from Hertha Berlin, even though I still think draw no bet is a good bet. But I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to stay away from Freiburg and Wolfsburg because I think it's going to be a draw. But it can go either way. I don't know. And then I'm going to stay away from Mainz versus Augsburg because I'm leaning towards Mainz, but I can see a draw. And those are the games I'm staying away from, guys. And that is it for match day 31. And I hope you guys, again, I wish you guys the best of luck. And I'll see you guys on the next video, guys. Peace.